Welcome guys to Crypto Secrets, and today a little update on Sphere Finance. Well, the price has crashed. Yeah, it has dumped and then it has went down from all the way from its all-time high of about 0.116. Now we're sitting at roughly about 3.2 cents, and that is a staggering 70% correction. So a lot of people has been going nuts. They're actually going nuts by this price correction. As you can see here, I think a lot of people actually bought at the area of if you look at the volume, about 7 cent, 8 cent, and all the way up here. So they actually bought at the high. They actually got dumped 70%. That is definitely madness. All right, and because of all this, we see lots of videos, we see lots of drama. All right, this guy saying Sphere dumb, this guy Sphere is crashing because of Jesse Echo. Yeah, that's a lot of drama going on. Again, Jesse Echo pump and dump. This guy saying Sphere Finance being the rug pull of the century. There's a lot of drama, a lot of stuff going on. So what exactly is going on? Is this project truly a scam project? Is it a legit project? So my job here is, we're gonna discuss here, we gotta filter out all of this drama and look at it in its fundamental, look at it in terms of what this project has to offer. Now, first and foremost, we need to understand what a scam coin is, and this video, I think most of you guys have seen this before. All right, have a look. This is a live rug pull of Squid Game token. All right, this. All right. $2.168 trillion. Oh, look at that. So that's actually what you call a scam or rug pull. I've got a few more examples. Now this one, biggest rug pull in Solana ecosystem, steals nearly 10 million. That happened last year in August. And why am I talk about this? Because I was involved. So you got this coin called Luna Yield. Yeah, Luna Yield. I joined in their initial, in the launch pad. Yeah, right, Sol pad. So I've got into this launch pad. I've got into this token called Luna Yield, and I stick my Solana in it. I just put a small bit, 3.5 Solanas, and boom, in few days the coin just disappeared, and I lost my money. And that is what you call a scam. And of course, those projects were not audited, their contracts was not audited. Now let us move on. Again, another example of scam is Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin a scam? Now, Bitcoin is the mother of all scams. That being said in 2018. Is it really a scam? Now, let's look at the price chart of Bitcoin now. Look at this part of it. Okay, so this is in this part. Yes, so 2017, this guy went nuts, went bonkers all up from 1,000 all the way to 20,000, 20x up, and boom, we got corrected by what, 80%. People call it a scam because that is the reality in trading, investing in cryptocurrencies. It is very, very volatile. But if we zoom out, let's zoom out. Now look at that. Look at that. All right, from this correction, boom, now we're at what, 40,000. So this is the beauty in cryptocurrency. It's volatile. Sometimes we just can't take the price swings in it. But if we invest in the right project, and if we invest early, well, there is a possibility that we will be rewarded with fantastic gains. Now moving on, so going back to Sphere Finance, so I think this audit tells a lot on whether this project is a scam or not. Now, as we can see here, there is no critical issues. There's three major issues, being the centralization. I think I've spoken about this. So meaning this project the developer still has a very powerful control over the project, in which they can actually still change certain things in the contract. But I think in the early phases of a project, I think it's quite important, such as projects such as Solana, all right, even projects such as Cardano, they have certain amount of centralization because the project itself is still in the development phase. Now moving on, going down here, sentiment distribution has been good. And yes, this one, we look at the governments and autonomy, we have something called a privileged transaction. So CertiK actually can track whichever wallets which belongs to the developer or certain shareholders pre-sale, and they can track whether they have been doing some transactions, they have been selling, and no selling behind the scenes so far. Okay, so now back to Sphere. So from my analysis and from the CertiK audit, this project is still going on. It's still a legit project at the moment. So what caused the price swings? I think it's normal. Of course, it's normal in crypto. And number two is that the early investors who have invested early, they have gotten their rebases, right? They have gotten lots of new coins. So after getting 100x, please be reminded this project made 100x in a month. So they are the guys taking profit, right? They've taken their profit, and I'm not sure if we are already at the floor price at 30 cents. I've got a feeling that we might go lower, maybe 2 cents, but we shall see. We shall see. So now, I'm showing this diagram on how a bank works. Now, why I'm showing this is because what I feel is good, what I think Sphere is doing is actually something like a bank or an investment bank. Well, the founder of the project called Sim, his vision is for Sphere to be the Bitcoin of DeFi as a store of value, which I agree, and I see his vision has been fantastic. But the utility in Sphere that I see now is more like an investment bank, whereby people, number one, people give money to the bank. So let's say we buy Sphere, and then we get tax, and that tax goes to the treasury, and as holders we get our interest. At the same time, usually banks, they borrow money and then they loan it to people, whereby in Sphere we use the money to invest in other projects, invest in DAO governments, in Polygon, to get more profit, to pay back more interest to us. It actually works like an investment bank, but DeFi makes it automated, so we actually can skip so many processes so that the profit that we get can be maximized. Now, so this is this is a graph showing the money printing in the US. So it's been crazy. So in fact, 38% of all money in our supply has been printed in the past 2 years, right? So why I'm showing this is to explain that when the money inflates, when there's more supply of a money, and in this case, in every token, any rebase token, for instance, Titano, last time with Wonderland, with Olympus DAO, all this with interest, with rebases, which give you a crazy APY, there is a lot of inflation. And when there is inflation, the price or the value of the token actually reduces. So why am I still excited with this project, excited with Sphere Finance, is that the team has, they clearly know that there is an issue with inflation, and hence 1 month into launch, they've already started a huge plan to address this inflation. So they have come up with something called a perpetual APY. So they have got a few new projects. They have already have this quantum liquidity with Tier 2 finance, which they can actually be gaining more funds. They can farm Matic. They've got these 2 new projects, Penrose and Dystopia. Also Dystopia being a swap for stable coins, and Penrose being a DEX aggregator for Dystopia. So it works like our curve and convex, yeah, in Ethereum network. And also their future quantum liquidity as a service, so they're providing services. So all these actually can create more money, more yield, more profits to the treasury investments, and this money will be channeled to us sphere holders as a form of, let's say, it's an interest. So meaning in the future our APY, our earnings or our interest is based on how much the treasury investment earns. So and it's a dynamic thing, meaning that if the treasury earns more, we get a higher APY, and then if, let's say, the APY goes up, right, and then that's a lot of buyers. So when there is a lot of buyers, there is more people to share the pool, to share the money from the investment, hence the APY goes down. And then when people sell and there's less holders, the APY goes back up, right? So it's dynamic, and considering the treasury growth, we can get 99.9 thousand APY for the next 100 days, and then 90,000 for a few more weeks. So we can actually get 4 months of fantastic APY still, and after that they'll be having a perpetual APY, which I feel is fantastic. They say the lower APY, the lowest it can go may be about 10,000 times, which is mind-blowing. That is a mind-blowing APY, and if it is sustainable for years, I just keep it for 2 years and I get, how many percent profit. I keep it for 2 years. Like keeping my tokens for 2 years is about 10,000x gains. Imagine, with the compounding, of course. So I feel it is very good. The founders, the team behind Sphere is, they are very aware of this inflation issue, and they have already put up plans to combat it and to make sure that we as investors will be benefiting from all this. Now, another thing they have been trying to implement would be the Galaxy Marketplace and the Galaxy Bonds, something similar to what Olympus DAO is doing, but their mechanism is a bit more special, in which they prevent investors to flip or to abuse the system. All right, so maybe I'll do a next video on the Galaxy Marketplace itself, because the mechanisms behind it a bit complicated, right? So I would need some time to explain. So perpetual APY and also Galaxy Bonds will actually be incorporated in version 2 of Sphere, and I've just got this news just minutes ago that version 2 is coming out. Yeah, while I am actually doing this video, this news came out, so I'm gonna tell you guys that version 2 is coming out on the 29th, and it will be a game changer in Sphere Finance. It will be a game changer. So now I think a number of people have actually bought at all-time high, and they've been asking, what do I do if I bought at all-time high? Okay, I'm at like 70% down, I'm losing all my money, what do I do? Now, of course, a disclaimer that cryptos are very volatile, as I mentioned, so these wild price swings are actually very normal in crypto. It's a high-risk investment. So whatever I'm telling you guys, it's educational, it's for entertainment purposes, but I do hope that it helps in a bit in your decision making. But please do your own research before you invest your hard-earned money. Now, if you bought at all-time high, and let's say you are in need of cash, you have cash flow problems, you need to buy food, you need to be, you need to save a life, you need that cash, then sell it. Okay, sell it. It's more, what's more important is that cash flow. But well, as I have been mentioning many times in my previous video, that always invest what you can afford to lose in crypto, and also for higher risk project, always allocate a smaller portion of your portfolio. For instance, like 1%, 5%, 2%, a smaller portion in this higher risk project, because high risk projects, there's always a risk of it going back to zero. Okay, so if you guys are okay with holding and you ask me what to do now, I would suggest you hold the coins for now, because version 2 is coming up, gonna solve a big issue with the inflation. So I do expect that price will likely move up with the introduction of version 2. And to be honest, I actually sold a little at the top, and as the price continued to drop, I dollar cost average not 2 times, and I might even do so another time because of the hype with version 2. So that's my point of view. You guys should make your own research, do your own research with the team, with what they're doing, what is their vision before you do your investment. Okay, so I hope this video has been helpful to you guys, has been entertaining. So do like and subscribe to my channel for more crypto content. So see you guys.